So Marissa and I are getting ready to go diving, right? We're going down to the Keys this weekend. And one of the things that I wanted to do while I'm getting all of our dive stuff ready is just kind of go over this BCD with you guys and show you some of the things that I love about it, right? So this is the Hydros Pro. This is the one that I use every single time we go diving. Now, we bought all of our gear. If you go diving a couple times a year, you don't need to buy it. It doesn't make sense financially. But if you're going to go diving frequently, as Marissa and I do, it makes sense to just buy your gear, have it, and then that way you don't have to constantly be renting it. Now, with this Hydros Pro, one thing that's really, really cool is the backplate. It's made out of what's called 3D gel system. It's kind of like this rubberized material. And one thing that's really neat is it keeps it on your back. It doesn't allow your BC to float all over as you're diving. It's also got it on the shoulder straps. And as you guys can see it has like these little rubber plates right here. So it allows the shoulder straps to rest and again, not slide everywhere. This is also amazing when you're done and you're finished with your dive. You bring it home, you wash it, you hang it up to dry. This dries really fast. It's absolutely great. Now, being a minimalist BC doesn't have a whole bunch of pockets, right? But it does have a bunch of rings pretty much all over the BC, which is really, really great. So if you're like me, right, you have a safety sausage. For those of you guys that are new to diving, you need one of these, right? When you're on the water and there's waves and say you have a bunch of boats around you, you inflate this. Or if you're on a dive charter and for whatever reason you kind of float away and your dive charter is looking for you, you inflate it. They're anywhere between 3 to 6 feet in length. They're tubular. Sometimes they say diver below or diver. Anyway, what it does is if you're on the water, it allows people to see you. So it makes you far more visible. A diver on the surface of the water waving your hand, you're not going to be able to be seen, right? It's very difficult, especially if there's waves and white caps. You have one of these, it's 6 feet above the water, boom. Now you're able to be seen, you can get picked up and enjoy the rest of your day. I also bought one of these, right? This is pretty cool. It's a little tiny pocket. Right? So if I'm on a dive and I find something cool and I'm in an area where I can actually keep what I find, maybe shells, or if I'm on a dive and I find some shark teeth, right? I can put it in this little pouch, right? It hooks right there, and it's also got a little leg strap, which is pretty cool as well. So if this happens to fail on me, I've got this leg strap so that whatever I'm carrying doesn't just float away. Right here, this is also really, really cool, right? This is obviously for your weight pouch, right? Here's the weight pouch. These self-drain. So it's really neat when you're done and you wash them, you hang them up to dry. They dry really fast. And if you're trying to figure out where do I connect my weights, you look down and it's red. It's phenomenal. I love the fact that it's red. It just makes it a lot easier to be seen. With other BCs, you might have to still use an octo, right? You don't have to use that with this. You got your integrated air too. So obviously it inflates, deflates, and if you do need to share air, you can give your reg to somebody and simply breathe out of this right here. It allows you to breathe, and you got your little purge valve right there to get yourself some air. If you tug on this right here, it will start deflating some of the air in the BC, which is great. Okay, on the back, right, on the back, this is obviously where your air tank goes. Okay, you've got little rubberized pieces kind of all over to make sure that it stays nice and snug and stationary so that your air tank isn't moving everywhere. Obviously, you've got your little strap here to strap your air tank down. You've got this little metal plate to keep your air tank from moving. And it's also got these little tiny pockets in the back as well. If you need to add another pound or 2 pounds to your BC, you can just simply add it right back there. Of course, you've got your little purge area right there and your purge area back here to let some air out of your tank or out of your BC, right? So again, I absolutely love it. It's really, really, really great. I love the Scubapro Hydros. It's the BC that I recommend. There's a lot of other BCs out there that are really great. This just happens to be the one that I use. My wife and I, we obviously love Scubapro. Not saying that other brands aren't as good. We just really, really love Scubapro. It's a brand that we've used a lot. We trust it. We've got the little backpack. Obviously these right here, these are the Sea Wing Nova, or fins. So there's a lot of brands out there. You know, Oceanic is great, Mares is great, Aqualung is great. Scubapro just happens to be the brand.